Next matchup is the 132-pound DoDDS European Wrestling Championship. We've got Nicholas Weiser from Aviano High School. He is in the green uniform, comes in at 24-0. And then Matthew Lengoon from Shape.
Lingel, I believe it is.
Aviano is in the red singlet. Sorry, there's colors sometimes get a little confusing on some of these schools.
Well, at least they matched it up this time where the green singlet is wearing the green band and the red singlet is wearing the red band. Makes it easy to call.
And both wrestlers in their own right are undefeated. Matthew from Shape is 22-0. Nicholas Weiser from Aviano, again in the red singlet, 24-0. Both wrestlers very, very good.
Both schools here, Aviano and Shape, only bringing one wrestler to the finals this year. So looks like this is the big match for both of these schools. These are their only finalists. So this is it. This is going to be a dogfight. I just know it.
I think so too. Right there, both men go out of bounds after attempted shots on each side. No one is successful. Again, 1 minute and 5 left in this first period. 0-0 the score right now. Again, some hand fighting, going for some setups there with a little bit of a head tap. That's what Nicholas is utilizing right there. Matthew goes into a collar tie. A successful collar tie, you think?
He looked like he was going to shoot a fireman's carry there. Just got caught, didn't carry his momentum through, couldn't get his arm through the leg, and back on our feet.
Nicholas there going for an ankle pick, and what would be more successful is if his head was in the inside. His head was on the outside of the shoulder and was having a hard time attempting the ankle pick right there. A good shuck through right there, both men out of bounds. They'll reset them, I believe, in the standing position. Again, we're 21 seconds left in this first period at 0-0 in this 132-pound matchup.
Lingel comes into this match as last year's 126-pound champion. So he brings a lot of experience. He's been here before. He knows what he needs to do. And Lingel of Shape High School, 22-0, hasn't lost yet this year.
Neither has Nicholas Weiser from Aviano. This, like I said, both wrestlers undefeated. Very, very tough matchup.
And the score shows it, 0-0 at the end of the first period. We're going to go into the second period all tied up. This is going to be a dogfight. This is what I come to wrestling tournaments for.
This is a perfect example of what, high school wrestling can show us. Again, Nicholas deferred the choice, and Matthew from Shape chooses the down position, looking for that quick escape point. But Nicholas doing a great job of controlling his man on the bottom.
Looks like he's got a hold of that hand, though, and that's a good thing. You don't want the guy on top of you to have control of your hands. You want to have control of their hands. So when you get to your feet, they can't hold on and drag you back down to the mat.
All Matthew needs to do here, again, in the green singlet, is pull his head out from underneath of Nicholas's arm, and he's going to be in a position to score a reversal worth 2 points and take the lead in this matchup.
With his leg wrapped around Nicholas's leg like that, they call that a Saturday Night Ride, and it's not really effective for anything except for holding your opponent in place, making sure they don't get back behind you.
And this is exactly what he wants to do right here. He doesn't want to let Nicholas come out from behind him, because if that happens, then he's in a more dominant position. Right now, it's sort of a stalemate position. It's a very awkward-looking position with his shoulder being stretched. While not dangerous, it's a natural movement for the body. Most people might be wondering, is his arm going to come out of the socket?
Scramble
reversal.
Like Lingel gets the reversal, takes advantage of a momentary lapse of control there, rolls on top, and is going to go up 2-0 in this 132-pound championship match with 45 seconds left in the second period. And
that's when his first place from last year is really showing that experience and knowing when to hit the reversal, when to make his move is obviously coming through. And Nicholas, exactly, 24 in his own right. He's a returner from 130 pounds last year. So both these gentlemen, very, very difficult wrestlers.
Lingel taking the top position. Looks like Weiser hitting a switch. Didn't quite work, but he's got to his feet. Going to go back down with Lingel, still in control of the match. Doing a good job at staying inside the legs and not letting him get any space.
2-0 right now. 20 seconds left in the second period of this 132-pound DoDDS European Wrestling Championship matchup, with Matthew Lingel from Shape leading the way over Nicholas Weiser of Aviano High School.
go out of bounds. We're going to start over with 13 seconds left. Looks like Lingel is still going to be in control on top. They'll put Weiser in the bottom position, and he's going to try and get that quick point before the end of this period. I expect a lot of movement on the whistle here.
Wrestlers are set. Immediately tries to break down the arm and reach for the ankle. All he would have needed to do, attempted at a cradle right there, and like we were talking about earlier during the 106-pound matchup, is almost like making somebody's body into a bow and arrow.
Oh, scramble position there, but no points awarded. We will go into the third period. Looks like Weiser's going to have the choice. He's going to go down. He's going to try and get that quick point or possibly reverse Lingel and get that two, because he's down 2 right now going into the third period.
2 more minutes worth of action in this 132 DoDDS European matchup. If it does go into overtime, like we said, it'll be a minute worth of overtime, sudden death, first point wins. Those are very exciting matchups. Back to his feet is Nicholas Weiser from Aviano High School. Good takedown straight to the back.
Looks like he's got a deep half Nelson, and he's in the north-south position here. But that's going to be hard for Weiser to get off. If he can sink back and put all his weight right in the center of his chest, it's going to make it a lot easier. Tee out. He's keeping all the weight on his toes, trying to keep heavy.
Weiser doing a great effort in his own right there to defend off the half Nelson, and that earns Matthew Linguel from Shape 3 more points, now leading the match 5-0.
Do not think for a moment this match is over there. 5-0 with 1:20 left to go in the third period is like forever for wrestlers of this caliber. Neither is lost, neither wants to lose, so don't expect Weiser to give up quite yet. He still has a lot of fight in him.
They call a stalemate position to bring the wrestlers back up to their starting position with Nicholas Weiser still on bottom. The refs like to keep the action pressing. They don't like people to stall or anything of that nature, so if they see a move where it's not going anywhere, they'll bang their fists together, calling a stalemate, and reset the wrestlers. Attempts a switch. He's got to be careful. Every time that Nicholas goes in for a switch from Aviano, he exposes his back too often, and like there, Matthew from Shape really catches him and is making it a very, very difficult move for him to successfully pull off.
Sure is. Lingel coming from Florida, so not really a traditional wrestling state, whereas Weiser, born and raised in Norman, Oklahoma. So that's more of the wrestling belt, I like to call it, there through the Midwest. But Lingel right now very much in control of this match. 30 seconds to go, 5-0, Lingel of Shape High School.
They'll stop the match real quick, so Nicholas can put back on his headgear, and that's another reason for safety. They don't want what's called cauliflower ear, which is damage to the ear cartilage and causes it to swell and can be extremely painful throughout the year.
Weiser did pick up 1 escape point, getting back to his feet there.
And this is a great opportunity for Weiser. If Weiser's able to take him down and go straight to his back, he could end up getting 5 points and end up winning the match by 1 with 28 seconds left to go. Not unheard of in a wrestling match.
This is where you may see the desperation moves, the headlocks, the lat drops, the they're high risk but high reward moves, and that's where you'll see them come out with 15 seconds left to go. Looks like Weiser does.
They have to give him. Doesn't get the
back
control,
to his feet.
No
control
points for the takedown. And this match, folks, seems to be over with Matthew Linguel from Shape winning it out. That leaves Shape's wrestler with his second European Championship in 2 years. Last year he was first at 126 pounds and able to repeat at a different weight class is a pretty big deal.
And finishing the year undefeated with a 23-0 record, Shape High School, Matthew Lingel. And it's a great feeling to not lose, I'm sure.
Yeah, not losing is always a good thing. That's kind of what you go out there for. Right now, let's go down to Sergeant Labuka. He's going to talk with our 132-pound winner.
Matthew, going into 2 periods, pretty much no score. How'd you pull it off in the third and finally get this win?
He was trying to get a reversal on me, and I lifted him, slipped in the half in the air, and returned him to his back.
An intense match, good win. Congratulations on the season.
Thank you, sir.
Back to you guys.